Today I will introduce you to 42-year-old Armin Meiwes from Rotenburg in Germany. We keep hearing cases of horrific crimes like murder, rape, burglary etc., all the time happening all around us. The incident of a man killing another and eating his flesh, that too with the dead man's consent, is too gruesome. It's highly disturbing to believe it, but friends, this is a true and chilling case. Well, he doesn't look different from me or you. He appears normal, just like any of us. However, the act of cannibalism says a lot about him. Armin Meiwes is accused of killing another man and eating the dead man's body parts. If Meiwes' neighbors are to be believed, he was just as normal as anyone else in the neighborhood. He would often come forward helping neighbors, like he would help them mow their lawn, would help repair their car, and would also socialize by inviting some for dinner too. To everyone's surprise, the pleasant Meiwes turned out to be a psycho killer the whole world was talking about. In December 2003, on the very first day of his court appearance, he told the court that he has always had this fantasy which he could finally fulfill. He harbored this fantasy from a very young age as an 8-year-old. He even fantasized devouring his own classmates back then. His prosecutor, Marcus Kohler, said that after losing his mother in 1999, the craving became stronger.
Bridge between his fantasy life to become part of his reality. His mother dying allows Meiwes to take these fantasies to the next level.
In March 2001, he carried out an online advertisement which said need a young, well-built man, who wanted to be eaten. Brandis replied to this and agreed too. So, following this, Brandis met Meiwes on March 9 at his timbered farmhouse in the city of Kassel. Both enjoyed each other's company and discussed about the fetishes each one fantasized. And by night, as agreed, Brandis took about 20 sleeping pills and consumed a bottle of schnapps. Guess, it was done to make the body numb to pain. Meiwes then cut off Brandis' penis, he fried it and served it to himself and Brandis. In an interview he says,
Sagt dann, ja, also wenn ich bis morgen früh durchhalte, dann essen wir meine Eier zum Frühstück.
Brandis, though bleeding profusely, agreed for a bath, while Meiwes went on to read a Star Trek novel. By morning, in the early hours of March 10, Meiwes killed Brandis using a kitchen knife. He says, he kissed Brandis before the stabbing. He buried the skull part in his garden, then cut his body into several pieces and stored it in his freezer. In the following days, he would then defrost it and cook in olive oil and garlic. This continued for a couple of weeks and he by now had consumed about 20 kilograms of flesh. This is when police finally arrived at his door. I am adding quotes from Real Crime Channel here to learn how the whole thing was unearthed. Listen to this.
On the 8th of July 2002, Reinhold, a 23-year-old medical student, discovered Meiwes' advert while surfing the internet. He was shocked and decided to contact Meiwes to find out more.
At first, Meiwes must have thought that Reinhold was going to be another willing victim, whereas in fact Reinhold got Meiwes to admit enough detail for Reinhold to be particularly concerned that what had taken place was a murder. So Reinhold is going to alert the authorities, he's going to report a crime having taken place, and that's the beginning of Meiwes being brought to justice.
In the following days, police dig out more information. Meiwes had a girlfriend, but it didn't go far and ended too soon. It is learned that besides Brandis, another young man named Jorg Boza, aged 30 years, responded to the advertisement. Jorg had thought this to be a game, however, developed cold feet on realizing that Meiwes meant it. Jorg said no and disappeared. Listen to Gisela Fredriksson, a well-respected journalist of a German news magazine Der Spiegel. She says,
Kontakt bekam, also wirklich,
This was the first time he had contact. Real physical contact. Not only virtual, but real. And Jörg offered himself to be slaughtered. I think it was also a game for Jörg, until the moment came in which everything became a serious reality. And then he said no. And from that moment, Meiwes was not interested in him anymore. Well, it was part of Meiwes' fantasy that the victim agreed and wanted to go through with it.
Meiwes recorded these gruesome acts on video, which later served as evidence in his trial. The detailed documentation of these acts raised numerous ethical and legal questions surrounding the case. The Armin Meiwes case had far-reaching implications in the legal world, primarily because it forced authorities to deal with the issue of consent in the most extreme and grisly circumstances. Meiwes was initially convicted of manslaughter, not murder, as it was argued that Brandes had consented to his own death. However, the case was revisited, and Meiwes was subsequently convicted of murder. The legal system recognized that even if Brandes had initially consented to the act, it could not justify his brutal killing and the consumption of his remains. In 2004, Meiwes was sentenced to life in prison, where he remains to this day. The case of Armin Meiwes and Bernd Jürgen Brandes presents a complex ethical dilemma. On one hand, it challenges the notion of personal autonomy and the right to make choices about one's own body, no matter how extreme those choices may be. On the other hand, it raises fundamental questions about the boundaries of consent and whether it can ever be given freely in such extreme and life-threatening circumstances. In an interview given to 60 Minutes TV, he says,
"Today, I know that what I did was wrong. That this can never be the right way. The wishes, the fantasies you have, that these can never ever be fulfilled. And everything that you dream about will only ever remain a dream. What I did, even after I've done it, I always thought it could be more than just a dream. Today, I know that it can never be."
The internet played a significant role in facilitating the interaction between Meiwes and Brandes. They met through an online forum where individuals with unconventional desires found like-minded individuals. This case highlights the dark side of the internet, where individuals can connect over shared fetishes and engage in dangerous and illegal activities. The Meiwes case stands as a chilling reminder on how individuals can be driven by their darkest desires. This highlights the need for vigilance in addressing such extreme behaviors and protecting society from acts of extreme violence. I will come back with another case, another story soon. Till then, bye. Thank you all for watching.